Well, this looks a little different, don't it, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to another motovlog. This will be my first trip to work on my new 2018 Sport Glide. Stick around. I'll let you know a little more about it. You guys probably can't see this, but I've got a tripod and my drawstring bag around my shoulders, and I look like He-Man wielding a sword and a sheath. I do have the power. Now, I'm kind of doing with what the manual said about the break-in. I guess it's saying to shift around 2,700 RPMs. Because I still only have about, I don't know, 190 miles on this bike. But anyway, I wanted to take this video opportunity to let you guys know my first impressions on the 2018 Sport Glide. I've had this bike a week now. This is actually only the third time I've actually been on it, ridden it. And I mean, out of those three rides, one of those rides was like a half a day long ride with some friends that you saw from the last video. But I don't really have any complaints. A couple things I would change. I would change the exhaust. I would probably get a slip-on. I have been in talks with the guys at Vance & Hines about a slip-on. They don't have anything yet, but they did say they were kicking the idea around and that they might end up with something maybe next year. We'll just have to see. But I don't know if it's one of those things where they hold off with brand new bikes because they don't know how they're going to do in the market. But hopefully they have something out, because I really want to support Vance & Hines for all they've done for me, what they did with me, the iron. Because I kind of feel bad whenever they sent me that slip-on for free for my bike because they found out it was broken. And then, I go around and I trade the bike in for a new one. But, it was time to move up. I still love Vance & Hines. I can't wait to see what they come up with for this bike. Because I don't plan on doing any upgrades really this year, because riding season's only got maybe a few more months left at best. So I kind of want to see what they come up with over the winter maybe, and then, maybe we'll get something put on for spring. Okay, so other thoughts about the 2018 Sport Glide. No, I'm comparing this to a 2014 Iron 883. So it is a big step up going from, a sporty to a big twin. This bike is very comfortable. It is a blast to ride on. There's no shake because of the way the engine's mounted now. It's rigid mounted, so there's no shake in the frame and everything. I'm not feeling it in my arms right now. Look at that, cruise control. No hands, Ma. But anyway, I'm gonna cut to some video I shot, kind of showing you an overview and specs on the new bike here. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in a sec.
So the Sport Glide is a new softail added to the Harley-Davidson lineup for 2018. This motorcycle features the new Milwaukee 8 107 engine that has a displacement of 1,746 cc's that creates about 108 foot-pounds of torque at around 2,750 RPMs. Rigid mounting plus internal counterbalancers allow for a smoother ride without sacrificing that Harley feel we've all come to know. The bike features a 2-in-1 exhaust, and this is probably one thing I would change on this motorcycle fairly soon. I would get a new slip-on to get a little more sound out of the exhaust, as it's not as loud as I'm used to with the Vance & Hines. The sound isn't terrible though. Here's what we get for sound out of the stock exhaust. The seat height for the Sport Glide is about 25.7 inches. The overall bike length is 91.7 inches and overall height is 41.1 inches. Bike weighs about 691 pounds in full running order. There is a 5-gallon fuel tank with this model that gets around 47 miles to the gallon. The inverted front forks make for better handling, as well as the 130mm front tire and the 180mm rear tire. Now this model does come with the newly designed Manus aluminum wheels, which is kind of a different approach with Harley, as we're all used to seeing the traditional spoke or mag styles, but I'm personally a fan. I really like the look. I think it's something that Harley nailed, and just let me know in your opinions what you think of the new wheels. Other nice features of the Sport Glide include cruise control, passenger pegs, and a passenger seat. The quick detach bags and front fairing can be removed to give the bike a more simpler, stripped down cruiser look. And here I'll demonstrate the removal of the front fairing. It's just 2 clips onto the front forks and it slides right off over the top of the headlight. And take note that this is always easier to do with the front tire facing forward, so make sure and turn the handlebars to easily access the clips. The bags are just as easy to take off. Now you want to make sure the bags are unlocked, of course, when you do this, and Harley does give you a separate key for this that also does lock the front forks. Just open the bag by pulling up on the latch by the rear fender to open. Just pull out on the knob inside the back wall of the bag and turn to the unlock position. This tab will pop up when the bag is unlocked, and then you can easily pull it right off. Real easy removal. And here's some shots of the Sport Glide with both the fairing and the bags removed. Another great feature on this bike is the external adjustable preloader. This allows for quick and easy customization for whatever your riding situation may be. Say you want to add the weight of a passenger or some more luggage. All you need to do is turn this right here and adjust as necessary. Just rotate the knob clockwise to increase preloading setting and rotate counterclockwise to decrease preloading setting. And last but not least, I wanted to go ahead and talk about the already attached pigtail for the battery tender that is attached already for you for easy plug in whenever you need to keep your battery charged while not riding. And of course I have to mention the USB port that's already part of the bike. This is great for if you want to charge mobile devices such as your cell phone, or in my case a GoPro, while you're out and about and you don't have access to power.
Alright, so after visiting all of that, some more things about actually riding it that I wanted to share. There's not much about a change on this bike at all. Some people are talking about changing the bars. I mean, I love the location where the bars are. I am comfortable right now. I could do this all day long. The muffler I would change, I spoke about earlier. I would like to get a slip-on for a little bit louder rumble. See, it doesn't sound too bad, but I know with an aftermarket slip-on, it's just going to sound loads better. Now, other things I could say, I love the cruise control function. That's great. As you can see here, I'm no hand in the throttle, but I should be keeping my hand on the both hands on the bars anyway. The seat is night and day comparison to the iron stock seat. I could sit on this seat all day long and be fine. I rode this bike on and off for 5 hours last weekend, no problems. I rode it home from the dealership for about an hour straight, no problems. It's really cushy, really comfortable. And I just showed my wife what the passenger seat looked like, and she was surprised. She's like, "Wow, that's a wide seat," and I bet you it's really comfortable. I haven't sat on it myself either, and she hasn't been on the bike yet either. So we're gonna see what that's like maybe in a future ride soon. Now the forward controls, they're still weird. I'm still getting used to them, but they are more comfortable. On that iron with those mid controls, sometimes I would cramp, like where my hip meets my pelvis area. I would get cramps in there because of the riding position. So I would extend my heels out to the front of my floorboards and it would go away. But This is way better having your feet forward. I almost feel like I'm on the couch or the shitter. The ABS braking is really good too. I can notice that difference too. So ABS came standard on this bike, and that's incredible. And I really noticed the stopping power compared to the Iron, which, you know, didn't have ABS. Need to slow down a little bit. Yeah, but anyway, night and day difference from the Iron. The ABS the stopping is so smooth. Just another nice feature that kind of leaned me towards getting this over the Softail Slim. It was the other bike I was considering. I would pass this guy, but that is a state police headquarters right there, and I would be speeding. They probably got radar guns like planted in the trees or something. And to talk a little bit more about the fairing does not do really jack to the wind. I'm feeling everything, if not more than I did on my Iron, because my Iron I had that little cafe fairing. This doesn't really do much. I think it's just more for looks. Now I know you can buy, there's an aftermarket option to buy it where the windshield comes up a little bit more and it's supposed to help with the wind. Maybe I'll consider that down the road. It would have been nice if Harley would have, you know, added that stock, but you know, it's you win some, you lose some. The only other thing that I would get for this bike that it doesn't have is a sissy bar. That's probably about it. I mean, I may get some mini boards for my feet. Not really worried about that right now. And the two big things I would do is the exhaust and the sissy bar. Other than that, this thing's ready to rock. The bags are really handy. They hold a ton of shit. They're really nice. I may have to strip this thing down and ride it once, you know, naked without the fairing and the bags on it. Let's see what that's like. I know it's not going to make much weight difference because the bags really aren't that heavy. Just enjoyable, guys. It's a really good bike, and go test ride one. Go to your local dealership, see if they got one, and just throw a leg around it. Sit on it. I mean, take it out for a spin even. That's about all I got for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the overview of the 2018 Sport Glide. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new to this channel. Hit that bell icon when you do. That way you know that videos are out just like this one. Hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. And as always, take it sleazy. I'll see you in the next video.